And a very warm welcome to everyone. Welcome to this first episode of the Inclusive Travel Webinars Masterclasses. So it's a pleasure to have here with us Enrica, Rollo, and Francesco Aprile. Enrica is now she's from her home in Basel, Switzerland, while Francesco is from Calimera, Lecce. So it's great to have you here. Thank you for coming for staying home to do this lesson. I'd like to welcome also the participants who are coming into the webinar now. And I would just like to say one thing. This webinar will be recorded. So those of you who registered, some people I know couldn't attend, but they registered anyway. And they and everybody will have access to the recorded version, where we will also add the subtitles. So they are available for everyone. A short introduction on what the Inclusive Travel Masterclasses are. First of all, the idea for these masterclasses comes from Francesco, Enrica, and their association, Io Posso, from Salento, because we've known each other for a long time, and they have this wonderful project with their accessible beach. And since a lot of other associations were asking them, how can we also do this? Because it's a great project. We want to do something similar in our region, in our beaches. And they will tell you more about this, how they are teaching others to do the same in real life and not only online. But it was such a great best practice that it was really worth telling more people also on an international level about it. And so came the idea to have these webinars so that they can travel online and be available for more people who want to do the same. So the whole series is, for the moment, it's 6 episodes. They're all about making something, or it can be an activity, or it can be a place, making it more inclusive, making it accessible. And all the lessons will be done by people who have a specific hands-on expertise. So they're very practical lessons, so that people who take part can learn from these lessons and do the same and contribute to making the world a more inclusive place. We're all saying that the travel business should be different after the COVID crisis, and we hope that this is a practical contribution on how to make the world and the travel business more inclusive. So we started with the first webinar with a very desirable specific place, the beach, and your beach in San Foca is a wonderful one. So I'm gonna hand over to you to tell us how you made it what it is now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Eleonora, for the nice introduction. Francesco is one of the coordinator of the TERRAZZA, and with him today we are really glad to be here and to show and to share with you our experience today. First of all, maybe not all of you know where Salento and San Foca is. So we come from the really south of Italy, where there's this spot on the map, and we are proud to have one of the most beautiful beach in Italy. We can say. Here you can see one picture taken during the last summer in our terrace. We used to call this place, which is the accessible beach terrace, that we name in Italian La Terrazza Tutti al Mare. And that means in English, the terrace, everybody at the beach. And you can see from this picture why everybody, because we intended to have a place where everybody with every kind of needs or disabilities could have the chance to come and to enjoy the sea in the summertime. To give you an idea, I would like to share with you a video that collects some images and some moments of the last summers in San Foca.
Che bello, sono sorriso fantastico.
Thank you, Francesco. I bet you have been impressed by these wonderful images showing people with different disabilities enjoying summer and enjoying the beach with their beloved ones. And yeah, this is indeed the first impression when everyone comes to our terrace. But let's start from the beginning and how we came to this idea and then to this concept. The terrace Tutti al Mare was actually an idea of Gaetano. Gaetano has been diagnosed with ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, in 2014. Here you can see Gaetano with his wife, my sister Giorgia, and their two daughters. And when he got diagnosis, they just had their second child. As you can imagine, the diagnosis arrived and changed completely their life, suddenly and quite disruptively. And that's why, since the beginning, they try to react and to fight against that disease. And one way to do this was actually to hang on the wall this drawing, where you can see in Italian it's written "Io posso." That means I can. And this was also a way to remind themselves that they can actually fight against ALS every day, and they can still, and that Gaetano can still enjoy life as he was doing before. And the sea has been always really important in Gaetano's life, and that's why when some friends asked him which was his wish after the tracheostomy, he replied that he would have loved to go back to the seaside, to the beach, and take a bath, still take a bath in the sea. And that's why it was in 2015 that we start this project that we call Io posso. Io posso is only the first project, the first step of our association, the TUHE Association. I'm also a member of this association, and we promote not only Io posso but also other inclusive projects. And the first project developed is indeed this terrace. Which was the reaction when we started talking about Gaetano's dream? This Gaetano's dream was actually, yeah, you are crazy. You are never going to make it. Everyone was a bit shocked when we were starting talking about this idea and about this project. But this didn't stop or limit Gaetano, first of all, and then all his friends and his family. And so it was the 7th of February when he shared these ideas with us, and everything started. Here we can say a timeline of the really, the first year, the really first step of our project. In a few weeks, we organized with some friends a group which was really motivated to support Gaetano. And in March, we launched the first teaser campaign on Facebook. Quickly, we then collect more and more adhesions from other friends of Gaetano. And on the 12th of April 2015, we had our first crowdfunding event in our hometown. In June 19, then, we had our first charity dinner, where we collect some money, and we also had many artists participating, donating their masterpiece that were then sold during another auction. And then we were ready to start and to open the terrace. We can also say proudly, really a short time frame in August. So the first the first year we opened the terrace, we have opened this service for a shorter time. So it was since the 3rd of August 2015 till mid of September. Here you can see Gaetano watching, monitoring all the works. Yes, because it was not only his idea, but he was also really participating since the beginning. He has been always participating really deeply in the organization, the logistic, and all the definition of requirements of the terrace and so on. And here you can see the beach before the constructions and our buildings coming there. And how it looks like. Now, every summer you come to San Foca, you will see this platform that gives the access to the nursing box, and then the same platform brings directly our guests on wheelchairs directly to the sea. We will see more in details the structure in the next slides. But please also appreciate the decoration and the warm welcoming that the terrace gives to our guests. This is, of course, one of my preferred picture. It was first time that Gaetano used this terrace and bath again after tracheostomy in his beloved sea. We were taking the bath here together, but of course he's not the only one enjoying the terrace Tutti al Mare, and many others now can also use the structure and come with their families to enjoy the summer. And indeed about our visitors. So we will now share some numbers to give you an idea about which are the dimension and of the service we offer. So in the last 5 years, we started with a limited number of guests, also because, as I said, we open for a shorter time. We then had in the last year, in 2019, over 300 guests, with an increase of the 4% for the last year. 53.2% of our visitors are new guests. And over the last 5 years, we had over 600 total guests. About the daily visits, we had in total 2,017 visits, plus the increase of 20% for the last year, with an average of 22 guests per day, with a peak that reached a peak of over 40 guests per day during the high season. That in Italy is typically July and August. We had indeed on the 7th of August 46 guests, only one day. And about where do our guests come from, actually. We are really proud to say that they don't come only from our area, which is named Salento, but also 60% of them come from other parts of Italy. And 8 of them came from foreigner countries, so they are not from Italy. Of course, we can see here from this slide that most of our guests coming from Italy, they come from our region in the south, but we have many guests also from the north part of Italy and mid of Italy. About the healthcare aspects, we had so far guests with different needs, different disabilities. The data are a bit incomplete statistically, but what we can see is that we had 23 guests with multiple sclerosis, 17 with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, 15 with muscular dystrophy, and 9 with spinal muscular atrophy and Duchenne disease. These are the most severe disease of our guests, and 14 of them actually need tracheostomy or had the ventilator, had the devices for breathing. This to say that we can provide assistance also to persons which are in not an easy condition. And you can see in the picture that both of the conditions, so the most severe but also the less severe, are all needs are welcome and can be assisted properly in the terrace. So we have different swimming aids, and we will see all the aids more in details later on. Before to go into the details and to reply to the main questions that are our 5 waves, we would like to share with you a video of a guest that spent the summer with us last year. Please, Francesco, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Gita. I'm from the Netherlands, from the beautiful town of Maastricht. I booked a vacation on via Luna Blue Retreats, and they organized this for me. They did all the research to figure out places that I could go for a swim, because I never had the opportunity in my own country or also on other vacations actually to go for a swim in the sea. It's a beautiful initiative, and I hope it will be here for many, many, many years, because it gave me for the first time the feeling that I could do the exact same thing as people with no disability. So I felt like somebody with no disability at all. I would say definitely try it out. Come over here and don't let your disability hold you back from the thought of, I can't do this, because you definitely can.
Thank you. So yeah, definitely you can, and yeah, we hope that also the name of our project actually reminds us this every day. So let's go now into details and let's reply about the questions about the what. So what we have for our structure, what we will recommend you in case you are interested to open something similar, it's to think about some basic service and also advanced services. So what we mean is that basic services will include the platform that allow the guests to arrive to the terrace, and the adequate spaces, of course, for the movings. Then accessible toilets and equipped also with showers. In our case, we have 2 toilets, and 1 toilet allow also the access to the swimming chair, which is quite big, but it's really convenient for our guests to make to go to the toilet and then change to their wheelchair. Then, of course, the basic services also include the aids for swimming. About the advanced services, then we offer individual assistance. We also have mobility aids to facilitate, for example, as we say, the movement from the swimming chair to the wheelchair and vice versa. And breathing assistance devices, such as the coffee machine, or other assistance devices available in the nurse box, and also we also provide as advanced service also some events to actually enjoy some relaxed time together, even during the evening, for example. About the structure, we say we have this nursing box that is the really entrance of the beach, and the support staff that includes health aides, nurses, lifeguards, coordinators of the structure. We will go more into the details of the staff later. The structure also includes 13 places. 3 of them are for special needs, so they are also equipped with electricity supplied with also water, and these are taught for example, ALS patients that needs the breath aids constantly. Then as a basic requirement that was essential also for coming from Gaetano, is that all the structure is for free. And we find this to be a really important point, because all the family with a disabled person had already quite a heavy load in terms of expenses, and it's important that at least they can enjoy this relaxing time as people without disability can do. And then another important point about the structure itself is also the way it looks like, we say. So we have some mural. Here one artist, a supporter of our project, came on purpose to make it. And this makes our structure even more beautiful. So it had some values to the platform we can see here. And then you can see in here in the back the roofed structure, where there are 3 places that I mentioned just before, with electricity and the water supply. And then the 10 umbrellas kept also with a chair or this chaise longue for also the family of the disabled person, our guests coming. Here you can see the one of the swimming chair, but many others are also available. And here all of them. So we have the basic, let's say, swimming chair. We have more of them because they are the most commonly used. Then we have what is named the job chair, the sofa, and the tiralo chair. Each swimming chair has different can meet different needs. For example, the sofa can also offer support to the neck, to the head of the guest. And also, when we talk about the events, we do not only swim, but we also organize some entertainment events. So we had some concerts and some artists coming to the terrace during the evenings, and also other initiatives with what we called the selfie day, where we made some portraits. Yeah, so different activities. About the when. So yeah, we opened our structure during summer, but we try to maximize the number of our visitors, not only by season, but also per day. That's why the booking is possible also several months in advance. We already received some booking this year. Even if we still don't know if, how, and when we will be able to open due to the coronavirus situation. Of course, all the activity anyway goes on also during the winter, not all during the autumn and the spring, not only during summer. And this is why also it's really important to be committed to the project if we have this in mind. It's important to work over all the year to then guarantee the opening in the summer. About the where, we were lucky, of course, to come from south of Italy. We have this beautiful beach. But about the where, it was really important for us to choose the place with the special criteria. So of course you need a place that is accessible on wheels, that has also reserved parking place for the guests coming from a bit farther, and also have access to other services like bars or restaurants in the nearby. But the most important thing was we will recommend to choose a place that allow the guests to be with and among others people without the disability. So it's important to really find a place that can be well integrated in the environment and in the surroundings. As we can see from this picture, indeed. So here we have two friends, one with ALS and one friend without any disability, enjoying and sharing some relaxed time together at the beach. About the who. We say we have various staff, various in terms of technical skills, but organizational skills, health formation, But it's really important, and it's the main requirement that everyone has relational skills and communicational skills. So it's important for people joining the staff to empathize with our guests, to have good relational skills, because we really consider and that is important to create also an honest and truthful relationship between the staff and the guest. And about the who, is also important to say that we try to build up since the beginning a partnership network with other entities. We can see here our staff, Francesco on the left. That is one of our coordinators, we said. We have 4 coordinators. Then we have 20 volunteers, 17 lifeguards, and 4 aides and 3 health aides and 3 nurses. About the lifeguards, we have many, you can see, because they come from thanks to a partnership with the police. Gaetano, indeed, I didn't mention this before, is a policeman, and the first aid was one of the first aid was coming from the police. And our lifeguards are from the section of the sport, the sub-sport section of the Italian police. Here you can see the partnership we have and our network. So we have the ALS Italian Association contributing to our project, the town that hosts the terrace, Melendugno, the police, as he said, the local health structure, and then also private organization like the bank, Vivisol, Tensomax, and another association, Coslancio. About the how, first thing, we want to offer a high quality service, and this will be our main recommendation as well. Of course, build loyal relationships, not only with the guests, but also with the network you create, and being always transparent. So we try to communicate and to involve our supporters and our guests daily, also through the communicational channels. And about the why, you need to be really motivated, of course, once you start this journey, with the big vision that is Tutti al Mare, as we say in Italian, and that means everyone at the beach. So, of course, the main goal needs to be the opportunity to give everyone the opportunity to go to the beach and to the seaside. And for this, a strong motivation is needed, because, of course, you then need to collect all the money to start and to develop the structure, to deal a lot with the bureaucracy, with a lot of bureaucracy. And of course, there's quite an heavy project management to consider. That is not only during summertime, as we said, but all over the year. To give you an idea about the amount of money that you need to open and maintain the structure, here we collect some numbers. You can see in the top part the expenses. We had these expenses refer to the last year, and you have to consider that these over 75k euros were an extraordinary expenses, because we made the new platform to access to the sea. But yeah, it's an extraordinary expenses, as we say here. Then you have the regular expenses that are the staff, because we have volunteers, but we also have employees. Then we have 10K reserved for the administrative and communication needs, and also money are needed for the management, some decorations during also the events, the ordinary expenses and the utilities. About the revenues, how we managed to collect this money. Most of them come from donation of private and other resources from the association. Then we have donation from the bank, UBI Banca, that support us. We also have donation by the health local office, from the town that hosts the terrace, and from the association of ALS, the Italian association of ALS. It's important to say that these contributes are planned yearly, so it's important. It's not easy to make provision also on the investment of the next year for this reason. And the donation of the privates are the largest amount we get. About the fundraising that we had so far, as we say, the partnership with the public institutions and authorities before in the past were only around the 20%, and now we have a contribute of the 50% of the revenues we have coming from this kind of partnership. Then a lot of money are collected thanks to the fundraising campaigns. So we have many charitable donations online or during the events we have organized. We have donation from the tax declaration. We also build up this membership to get these what we call Friends of Posso members. Then we organize regularly events per year. So we have two main events. One is a public crowdfunding during spring, and the another one is a charity Christmas dinner during the winter. Then we have also charity stars auctions and merchandising, as you can see, bracelets, t-shirts, also Christmas decorations or gifts for a special occasion. Here on the right, you can see some of our gadget or our merchandising. So some t-shirts or the bottles for the summer or the towel for the sea. About the economic impact, it's important to consider that the association and this project had a huge impact on the services also around, because of course, according to our knowledge, our visitor book also overnight stays. And according to our knowledge, these stays is around at least 1,200 overnight stays in San Foga or nearby, in various kinds of accommodation that can be apartments or hotel or bed and breakfast. And we need to consider as well that every guest will come with at least 2 caregivers or family members. And this means that they will spend daily a certain amount of money that, considering the official data and adjusted based on our visitors, it's about 100 euros per day. So we can roughly estimate an economic impact of over 500,000 euros, thanks to the TERRAZZA. So it's important not only for the association, for the people, but also for the impact. It's important economic impact on the area. And the value of the project has been also recognized by the Italian president of the Republic, Sergio Mattarella. He recognized the commitment of Gaetano and the value of the association of this project. Quickly, the project, we started really locally, but then the project gained more and more popularity. And it's also now 2 other associations built up a similar terrace in other 2 places in Italy, one in Sardinia and another one in Emilia-Romagna. And with them, we share our know-how and our experience. Of course, there are still some ongoing challenges. We talk about all the good aspects, but of course, there are still some challenges to face. And we have to consider the mobility. So we are still trying to improve, to get much more support in terms of local transportation. And we also are trying to work on this with another project that we call Tutti in Camper. That means motorhome for everyone. That is actually about a motorhome accessible to disabled people. Then another challenge is about the accommodations. We actually aim at raising awareness also in locals, because of course there's the need to have the support of the hotel owners, the small business owners, to offer accommodation that are accessible for our guests. Then it's also important to continue and to work on the network and the partnership and the involvement of the different stakeholders. And we are also thinking as the next challenge to realize maybe a dedicated building for our guests. Another big challenge is indeed the winter activity. So we say that we have the structure open during summer, but then the question is how we can involve our guests, how can we continue all the activities then during winter. And this is always an open challenge every year. Another suggestion, recommendation is about the communication, in particular about the what and the how. So we do not outsource our communication team. We have everything in-house. And we aim at having a local and a global strategy. Of course, we started really smaller, but now we expand the focus. And we use different platforms. We try to diversify and also experiment different social media. So we have the page on Facebook, on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Telegram. But everything has in common the integrity of our post and the humor in the contents. We also try to use instant marketing, and the next goal is actually to find a celebrity to endorse our association. We have talked about this project, the TERRAZZA, but we have many others in our in our mind, in our portfolio, let's say. So we have, we say this TERRAZZA Tutti al Mare, about the free access and assistance to the beach for disabled persons. We have also Tutti in Camper, that means we say everyone, a motorhome for everyone. That includes free transportation for persons with ALS and or other mobility impairments. We have also a scholarship in our hometown, a scholarship for education for social inclusion and solidarity. We have also another project about the psychological support for ALS patients' family members. We started this project this year, and some therapists have been involved to some training classes during the last months. There's in addition also a scientific project going on about the research on the genetic mutation of ALS. Other projects for future are indeed the TERRAZZA 2.0, where we aim at building a national network of accessible beaches. We have also in mind another project that we call Tutti in Vacanza, that is about the accessibility of accommodations, so to have accommodations available for our guests also to the terrace. And the last one, as well for the future, is about the relax timing that we call Tutti in Relax. And this project is about wellness and additional relaxing services for people with disabilities. Okay, let's conclude this presentation with this picture that is actually the image that you have when you arrive and then when you enter to our terrace. Here it's in Italian. I will translate it for you. It means the terrace, everyone at the beach, where everyone is free to be happy. This phrase, it's a quote from Gaetano, and it's the welcoming to everyone arriving to our terrace. I hope this presentation, you enjoyed the presentation, and this will be also inspiring for you in case you want to start this journey. And of course, feel free to reach us, and if you have any question, we will be happy to answer.
Thank you, Enrica. It was great, and it was really detailed, and I think you really gave, I think, 99% of the information that people will need in case they want to apply this to their context. And in this sense, if there are any questions from the participants, well, first of all, thank you all for coming to this webinar. And if you have any questions, you can write them in the chat. In the meantime, I actually have a question which concerns the equipment, because I know that the equipment is very expensive, but also how often, more or less, do you need to refresh the equipment? So how long does a beach wheelchair last, and how do you manage the repairs? Do you do them by yourselves, or do you have like friends or volunteers that do this and help out?
Yeah. So of course the sea and so the salt doesn't help, and we need, of course, to maintain and to change the swimming aids constantly. Depends on the chair, since they are quite expensive. We are talking about also 3,000 euros for the most sophisticated chair. We try to do all the maintenance in-house. So we have fortunately many volunteers and supporters helping giving some hints or hands on when necessary. But of course, also not only the swimming aids, but also the platform, for example. These are impacted by would have been impacted by the sea, the wind, and so we that's why also we had this big expense this year of over 70,000 euros to replace them.
So that part needs to be renewed more or less every 3-4 years, would you say?
Depends on the material you will use.
Okay.
At least 5 years it lasts.
Okay, but 5 years, it's great. 5 years were the ones in wood that you made.
Yeah, it's not only wood; it's a mix wood and plastic material.
Okay. And the other thing regards the training of the volunteers.
Yeah.
How do you organize that?
Yeah. So we started. We learn by time, let's say, and we also changed this over time. So since last year, what we do is to have let's say training day or half day where our volunteers are trained and are shadowing someone already doing the assistance at the terrace. So this is also a way to be sure that the staff is prepared to welcome the guests and to also build a relationship with them.
Okay. And do you do sessions to organized sessions and the pairing? So it's these two things.
It depends on how many volunteers we have in that month.
Okay.
Usually we have 3 sessions in July and 3 sessions in August.
Okay, that's a lot. And yes. Oh, I wanted to congratulate you on the fundraising, because on the fundraising and on the communication, because these two things that you do so well. And I shared in the chat the contacts of your social media, so I would invite all the participants to follow you, because you have really nice content every year, winter and summer. And so congratulations, not only on all the work that you've done on creating this beach, which is absolutely marvelous, but also on keeping it alive and keeping it in people's hearts, also online. I mean, you during the winter, and reminding us of the summer that's going to come. Best of luck for this summer, by the way, because you hinted at the fact that you don't know yet if you're going to be able to open. So
we are waiting for our government to tell something about this summer.
Okay, fingers crossed that you may open. And I would ask the participants if you have any more questions, or I think
we can read the chat. There was a question and I wrote the answer.
Yes, it was regarding the blue flag. Yes, is this a blue flag beach? And
it is.
We've been a blue flag beach for several years, but in 2019 the township lost the blue flag because of some garbage management that doesn't fit very well. So
and the logistic.
Again, a blue flag.
Fingers
water
crossed.
Very, very pure, we can say.
Okay, but then I think that we can close the webinar. I would like to thank all the participants and Decalage, Anna Vanessa from Brussels that say congratulations for your project.
Thank you.
And also Marco, before he had sent his congratulations, and he wrote impressive. And thank you, Ivor, for your questions. And definitively, you have to add the beach to Pantu, which is a portal which collects all accessible travel resources, places, companies, and associations. So it's like this huge container where you have to be because it's really great. And we have one message from Yvonne from Kenya. So Yvonne, are you wanting to make an accessible beach too? Yvonne says, fantastic job, really amazing.
Thank you.
So
make an exchange.
I think it's a nice idea, because also one of the participants who couldn't come but registered, who will watch the recording, Jan said that he wants to set up an accessible beach in England. I do not remember exactly where he's based, but he said he has been writing to the council for like 4 years because he wants to make an accessible beach. So I think you may receive some invitations. I don't know, maybe from Kenya, from
You're welcome.
from England, and you can exchange definitively. So. Once again, thank you, Enrica. Thank you, Francesco, for sharing. It was.
I can play another video. The last video is a surprise for you.
Yes, we will have it as a title. End of the webinar
and
video.
Just a few words to introduce it. Is a very special. Gift from the south of Italy. It's a video clip called Hug Me.
Oh.
Hug Me. I think that in this period, because of the coronavirus, it's not possible for us to hug every. But this video clip, it is not important to understand the words, but I'm sure that you seen it, you can understand the feeling of this video clip and the meaning of Hug Me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And bye to all.
Tutta la vita io faticai, a 60 anni me malazzai e passa lo tempo, non me lamento, pur malato me sento contento, oi vino vinello, crasi crasaci, alla Maria li do tanti baci, io mangio e bio, l'amore fazzo, alla malattia li faccio un mazzo. Maria abbracciami, ora me stringi, poi c'è me piaci quando me baci. Maria abbracciami, ora me stringi, poi c'è me piaci l'amore si tu. A mie mendora chiude una rosa, i giade mie è sempre cilusa, io saccio come la giudiare, li fiacci pensieri, li faccio passare, me da mangiare, me dave a vivere, ma per spugliare pure vestire, da santa donna non si lamenta, basta la guardo e ride contenta. Maria abbracciami, ora me stringimi, poi c'è me piaci quando me baci. Maria abbracciami, ride con dico, ubile canto come un amico. Qui gioca tiene più muta importanza, non perdimo mai la speranza. Saluti de cuore, ti lascio mandare agli cristiani che stanno a lottare. La cura si trova e non tarda corria, salvamo le vite, amparo alla mia. Maria, abbracciami, otame, stringimi, poi se mi piaci quando mi baci. Maria, abbracciami, otame, stringimi, poi se mi piaci l'amore si tu.
Thank you for the surprise, Francesco. It was
You're
wonderful. Wonderful. We're going to
gift
say
from the
goodbye.
south of Italy.
Great. It's everybody's going to want to visit now.
Of course. Thank you very much. Thanks again, Eleonora, and to all the attendees.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.